I'm all for an adventure, you know it. We've been across the Rio Grande, we've done a lot of stuff, right? And I don't even mind walking down the freeway, but I don't know how I feel about getting in a car, the steering wheel shaking all over, it could just come off in your hands like a bad Bugs Bunny movie.
Dude, I love you, I love the gesture. I'm taking the train back.
You don't want to take the car?
No, I don't think so.
You know, I can jump this one off, I'll show you it runs, let's at least do that. Even if we don't move it, I can show you this one runs, but I just gotta start this one up to, every time I go under here, I bust my head. I think my gas is in the trunk.
What are you doing?
I'm starting this car up to start.
Why?
Because I gotta jump this car to start this one if you wanna hear it run.
But I didn't want to hear it run. I wanted to get on the train to Toronto. This whole adventure was coming off the rails.
It'll crank it if I put that battery in and crank it with this, you know, jump it with this car, it'll start right up.
We don't want you to do this.
Yeah, but I want to start the car up to show you it runs.
Hey, Vin, enough.
This is a Hot Rod 460. It's got an exhaust leak in the front, but it runs perfect. That one runs better. Get the jumper cables out of the back of this Cadillac. Hold on, I gotta get the keys to it. I gotta get this key off of this thing and I got one fucking hand. Can you get these fucking keys off of this thing?
I'm bleeding because I whacked my head off the
Okay,
pole.
I'm sorry.
Wait, you hit the beam?
Yeah, that metal beam.
You just said before you hit the beam, you're gonna make me hit the beam. Come over here.
Yeah, and I did.
And then he did. He said, I bet you I walk into the beam.
And I did.
And he did. Oh, Canada. So Benny wants to convince, he's gonna convince me that it will start. Which, I came all this way.
What is he fucking doing, man? I'm coming back.
He's doing that with one arm.
Okay, hot is red. Okay, let me try it.
Good engine.
Runs perfect, didn't I tell you? That's water.
They dropping oil, bro. But it moves.
If it's not water, it's power steering fluid.
Probably.
Yeah. I gotta lock this down and we'll take it to the garage.
Okay.
Now remember, this is a 4-ton car with no power steering. So Vinny sat in the front to lend me his one good arm. And off we go to the mechanic.
I'm having a fucking hernia.
Yeah, that's why you need a strong guy up here, not me. Just go straight up. I'm telling you, this would make it back once we hook up the thing. It runs like a fucking top, buddy.
Oh, it's smooth. Shifts.
It rides nicer than your 77, like I told you.
Oh, it doesn't, no.
Their 77 rode nicer?
Yeah. Your brakes are spongy in this too.
Yeah, well, that's nothing. They just ain't been worked.
Well, it's a 7,200-pound car, bro.
Yeah. It stops perfect. Okay, just double park here beside these cars. Find a spot there to park.
Just gonna let that run, let that battery do what it's gonna do.
The brakes were as soft as a fish belly. Turns out there wasn't any brake fluid in the front cylinder.
No, it needs a little bit in.
Sure does.
I got some in the trunk, buddy. I gotta pop the trunk to get it. I'm gonna go down here and see this guy do it for us quicker.
That's why there's no brakes. Come down here, dude.
So I added some fluid.
Down here, see it?
Good thing we were stalled near the mechanic shop, because the brake line was dripping like a stabbing victim.
I mean, if you're gonna have a limousine, stretch limousine, an old one, you want it to be a little nicer than this. Like he said, you're gonna have it for a prop, I guess, right? I wanted to take it around the United States and use it as my news truck, but you know, I mean, no, 10 hours, no. We lost Vinny. Vinny left with our microphone, and we need it because we got to go get a train and no way to get there.
This is what Vinny does.
Does Vinny always leave you standing on the side of the road?
A lot of times, not on the side of the road, standing beside a car, but a lot of times on Parliament, he'll go off to go somewhere and talk to somebody, and I end up watching his equipment.
Ottawa, Toronto, train today.
They say a Canadian is sort of like an American, but without the gun. And that may be true, but in Detroit at least, we prefer to drive our stretch limo with brakes and power steering. They also say the Canadians are more nice when they're being mean than Americans are when they're being nice. And it was really nice of Vinny to offer me the car. Very nice. But I didn't feel bad about leaving it, and I won't go home empty-handed, because I'll go home with a kooky new friend, Ottawa Vinny, the motor-mouthed, freedom-loving OG.
You know what I hear a lot? Charlie LeDuff newsman, I thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I'm doing the news, the real news, right here, the No BS News Hour. You can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Facebook, Odyssey, or download it wherever you get your podcasts. Power the people.